Hi, darlings. Welcome to today's pick a card. And I'm going to use our angel wisdom. I feel like the angels are like 911. I'm feeling this incredible sense of urgency that the angels have a very important message and they are it's like a critical time. There's things going on right now that are very hard to understand. There's things in the astrology that make this a tough time, plus the world is in so much turmoil. It's so easy to lose track of ourselves, isn't it? And to feel like something is going to get our good before we get it. And the angels are like, no, no, no. You have so much power available to you. Just being able to open yourself up to the reality that the angels are here. They want to guide you. And so I've selected the Angel Wisdom Tarot. And we're going to do three piles for you. 3-card pick, and you may choose the one that resonates with you. You may feel yourself drawn to actually watching all 3 readings because they're going to be short and to the point. So thank you to Radley Valentine. I so love his work. I enjoy these cards so much. The art says, a picture's worth 1,000 words, right? And that's part of the reason that I really enjoy his work. So let me just do a little bit of a ruffle here. I just have to move the Palo Santo because it's coming at me. I just want to move it so that it's out of my breathing zone. Let it bless the room from the other way. And here we have our beautiful deck. So as you're getting ready for this pick a card reading, what's bothering you? What is the biggest issue right now? What makes you nervous? What makes you anxious? Because you know what? Even though you are intent on finding the answers and being as strong as you know the divine wants you to be, keeping that positive mental attitude no matter what, listening to Abraham Hicks, doing your meditations, you know what? You're doing it all. But still, things can happen that shake you up and make you insecure. How do I know that? Because it happens to me. Okay, so let's just, I'm going to just divide our deck into 3 piles. Try to even out the cards best I can. Okay, and we're going to take the bottom card from each of these decks because a lot of times when we're doing tarot, the bottom card is what we're not seeing. Okay, and so I feel like that is essential for us to know what it is that we are not seeing here. Okay, so on this one, we have the Knight of Swords. And on this one, we have the 2 of Pentacles. And on the final, we have the 10 of Swords. Okay, so pile number 1, pile number 2, pile number 3. Make your choice, and then we're going to go ahead and start with pile number 1. What is it the angels want you to know? What are you not seeing about your current situation? What wisdom is coming your way? All right, so let's get started here. This will be our center card. So you can see that? Okay, great. All right, what is it we need to see about this Knight of Swords energy? Okay, the very first thing I'm aware of is that gorgeous red cape. And the red is always a symbol to me of the root chakra. And in this particular art, I'm just sensing that it's like the figure is like running from something that won't leave him. It's like the red cape is stuck to him and he's charging ahead. And it's almost as if his past is attached and causing some weight onto his situation. All right, so let's just flip our cards, make sure you can see okay. Okay, good. Okay, so we have here the Ace of Swords, the Page of Swords, very interesting. And we have Wise Counsel. Okay. All right, so in your situation, it does look like you have been trying to maintain your focus on what it is that you're wanting to finish, that there's something that has been challenging you. Your emotions have been in turmoil, and yet you feel this incredible forward momentum, that you're feeling like you must make progress. You may be in the midst of a financial challenge where you're just feeling overwhelmed and you're desiring change, and yet you cannot make anything happen. I look at this photo or this picture and I think it's like in stop motion, that something has stopped your momentum and you don't know what's going on. When you look to the recent past, what we have here is this student. The Page of Swords is a student. They really are serious about learning something, and they have an unusual learning style, that there may be a part of you, perhaps you did not do as well in school as some of your peers, and you might have issues with reading, and perhaps you learn better when you don't have to read. You might learn better when you're listening to information. There's a level of naivete here and of trust, and in a way it looks like that the way you spoke in the past may have been judged by people. People might have thought you were a dreamer and that you weren't serious, okay? And you know what? Part of what you need to realize is that there's a time for playfulness, but there's also a time to be logical and insightful and put on your adult costume. People love you for your childlike personality. It's not childish, it's childlike. There's an innocence about you, and people like that about you. However, you can get taken advantage of. Sometimes you might feel like you're over your head. You might have had a parent who hovered over you. Have you heard about a helicopter parent? Somebody that didn't really believe that you could handle life, and so that they were always sheltering you. And that's not good for you, though, because even if you make mistakes, which all of us do, the point is that you learn from them. So I'm just wondering if you have an older relative who's been almost fighting against your progress, and whenever you go out and try to do things on your own, that they're asking questions and they're wondering if you're doing the right thing. So in our future position, and this is why I feel that this reading is so urgent for you, is because there's so much going on. It's kind of hard to stay organized. It's hard to trust your thoughts because there's some mixed loyalty going on. When I look at these scattered blue butterflies, the blue shoes, and the blue trousers, we are seeing all of this support for speaking your truth and for speaking for what you want. So I believe that there is someone that you know right now. There's an older person, perhaps a grandfather, or it could be a friend who's older. You know, sometimes you can befriend somebody that is 10 or 20 years older than you. And I love the blue here because it's repetitive of our blue over here, the color of the throat chakra. And I also love his green gown, that light green, a spiritual love. Okay, so there is someone, and certainly the angels want this for you. They want you to feel that you are on the right track. And if you're someone who has your family has a lot of influence on you, that can be difficult to step out of the shadow and be seen as an independent and strong creator. So remember that the angels are here. They're waiting for you to ask for help. I've often heard the quote that the angels will not come in if they are not asked. So for sure, ask the angels to bring you a mentor, somebody that you can trust, somebody that you can talk to about your dreams, that is not in this overprotective energy. Okay? It's very important, because what you're not seeing is that all of this charged up energy, all of this, it's like ready to pop, It's ready to come into fruition. However, you don't want to be seen as youthful at this point. You want to be seen as able to handle your shit. You know what I mean? So that you are up for the challenge, you are ready, and you want to take it on. This wise counsel, you might know who it is right now, but keep your eye open and ask the divine to bring you somebody you can talk to. See those keys? The keys to your future are in getting some sound advice from somebody who understands your profession, that can give you the words you need to stand up for yourself and advance your cause. All right? Wonderful reading, pile one. I am happy for you because once you get the proper advice, you're going to feel so empowered and you deserve it. Okay? So here we have pile number 2. Hi, pile 2. Welcome to your reading. So, what you're not aware of, pile 2, you have been putting in the midnight hours, haven't you? You haven't been sleeping enough, and you've been feeling a lot of pressure that you really want to you want to advance, and you don't know how to relax. That you are absolutely determined, and you win a prize for determination. However, look at this figure on that tightrope trying to juggle time, and the sea is choppy around you. So let's see what the supporting cards are for you, because what you're not seeing is, hard work is an excellent aspect about your personality. When people ask you to help them out on a project, they know that you will go the extra mile. But that might be part of the problem. Because you're having trouble saying no, you're taking on some projects that are really best left for someone else. Okay, let's see what the backup information is for you, my dear pile 2. So we have the 9 of Cups, very interesting. And we have the Star. Okay, so pile 2, I'm really feeling happy for you because you have put in so much hard work. You take everything seriously, and in fact, to a fault. The problem is that you sense that wishes are coming true because part of what you're working on, some of the projects that you're working on are just about ready to bloom. If we look at it in terms of caterpillars and cocoons, they're about to become butterflies, and it's so exciting. But you also have these smaller projects that are part of all of these cups. You are multi-talented, my dear pile 2. And one fatal flaw for you is that you can't say no. Isn't that the truth? There's a reason that you are as busy as you are, is because some people take advantage of you. They know that you can't say no. So if someone asks you to work a late shift, you say, oh, sure, I can handle it. Somebody gives you a project to finish, okay, I can handle it. Your family calls you and asks you to take care of the cat, okay, I can handle it. But the trouble is that as good as you are at all of these things, you can only accomplish one thing at a time. Multitasking is a false premise because when you try to multitask, you do both of the tasks medium. When you can focus on one task, you go faster, you get it finished, and you prosper from finishing. So this is a habit that you've had for a lifetime, maybe more than that, where you are convinced you are the best person for the job. And I understand that. You have a heart of success. You have seen things come true in the past, and you have been in the right place at the right time. Sometimes you've been so humbled by that, isn't it true? Where somebody has approached you and you were so shocked that they would trust you with the project, but they know you are not going to quit and you're going to get it done. And so I look at this blue turban on our figure's head. The blue is the throat chakra. The blue should be at the throat. But seeing all that beautiful sapphire energy on the mind, on the head, it's misplaced because there is value in each of these 9 cups. However, if you don't tell yourself the truth, what is it that you need right now to prioritize and get only one thing finished? All right, let's look at our future here. You have the Star card. This is one of my favorite depictions of the Star card in all of my tarot decks. This goddess is so beautiful, this angel. And she looks approachable. She doesn't look judgmental at all, does she? And she has these beautiful urns that are just pouring out this pure water. What we can't see very well is that one of her feet is in the water and one of her feet is on the ground. This is the kind of duplicating this stance, like that's 2 pillars of energy and these 2 legs that are supporting you. All right, so what's going on now, this early part of October, is that you're being called to really take care of yourself. The angels are here with an urgent message for you, my dear pile 2. Yes, all of these things, these wishes coming true, it seems good, but it's not if you don't balance yourself well. You can't really take on 8 new projects, right? It's not going to work. The promise of this beautiful healing energy is that as you prioritize what it is that you truly want, that you'll be guided by your inner wisdom and by your guides and angels to write a list of all your current projects, and then bravely and honestly go through and assign each one of them a number between 1 and, let's say you have 9 projects, you assign them a number and be honest with yourself. The angel of healing will help you, the beautiful star energy. Prioritize. This is the most important task. Number 2, what's the second most important? Number 3, if you have had a bad habit of procrastination and you've put off certain tasks, you're creating a lot of turmoil for yourself, aren't you, my dear pile 2? So do this audit. Figure out what your top 5 tasks are. Lay the others aside and commit to yourself. Step off of the tightrope of pressure. Step onto the dock and allow yourself to pick one project to finish. Remember, completion brings healing. I'm noticing this blue bird here looking off into the future, and it immediately takes me back to this blue turban. Once you start telling yourself the truth and telling yourself, look, I can't finish all of this in one day. I can't do what I thought I could do. There's no shame in that. Prioritize and organize, pile 2. Prioritize and organize, because this little blue bird, that blue bird is a signal for your future. Your future is going to be very bright. People are talking about you. They know how talented you are, but you don't want people saying, well, I really love pile 2 because they get things done. However, they're not very organized. You need to know that, right? You don't want anybody saying that, even if it's true. What you want them saying is, you can count on pile 2. He will be honest with you. She will tell you the truth. If she can't get to your project for 6 months, she'll tell you that. He'll let you know, but he is worth the wait. That's a true position of strength, okay? And then the one last little piece of information, pile 2, what you're not seeing is you definitely need to schedule fun into your life. Look at the jester, look at those pants. How serious does that look, right? It's not serious. So you do need to take time out. If you're an artist, paint. If you're a singer, sing. If you like to hike, hike. But be sure to prioritize on your list things that are fun. because all work and no play makes pile 2 a very unhappy being. Okay, pile 2, this is your marching orders. Go forth and prosper, and understand that organization and even some delegating will really help you prioritize so you can get your full benefit out of the opportunities here for you. Okay, pile 2, kind of a strong message, but my friends, prioritizing, organizing, and delegating is going to bring you abundance in this month of October. All right, let's move on to pile 3. Pile 3, here we have the 10 of Swords. So the 10 of Swords is the end of a cycle, and it's something about how you've been talking to yourself about what you're wanting. Okay, pile 3, I have a feeling that you're a little hard on yourself, aren't you? Maybe a little bit of a perfectionist, maybe a little bit of a procrastinating perfectionist, and even knowing a cycle is finished, there's a pause before you walk out the door. So let's take our cards here. Let's look for our supporting angels. What is it that we have for our wonderful pile 3? Here's our first card and this card. Okay, let's take a peek. All 3 of these cards kind of have, all 3 piles kind of have a theme of telling yourself the truth, because I keep seeing blue being repeated, and this blue cape covers her from neck to toes. So there is a message about your throat chakra here. Let's see what we have. 7 of Swords, yes, and the 7. Okay, so there is turmoil going on around you, isn't there, pile 3? The October has already started with some upset, some things that you did not expect, and some changes. You know, I'm right now just looking at this. I'm wondering if you have been a person who's been impacted by the hurricane in the States, that you may not even be living in your own house right now, and that you had to leave the house and you really didn't want to. You're scanning YouTube for entertainment, and up pops this reading. I'm just having a sense that there's been some sort of upheaval or a change that you did not expect, that it is time to walk away from the situation that you're in, and it's okay. Making this more dramatic than it is not helpful, because what you're going through already has a lot of drama without adding your thoughts. One of my teachers, I watch Abraham Hicks a lot on YouTube, and what they say is that it's not your problem that's bothering you, it's your thoughts about the problem. Okay, your reaction to your situation is causing you upset. So you've been doing some work about, you kind of get it. In your recent past, there was something you had to escape from. There were people in the past who, they just felt like they were conspiring against you, that you feel like you've lost something that's really used to be meaningful to you. And you've gathered up your swords and you're running towards the future here. So there is a part of you that is knowing that a change is necessary. Unfortunately, it's hard to be open with our own self sometimes. You might even feel like you've made a mistake, you've trusted the wrong people, that you're embarrassed by your situation. But you have to remember, when you're in a combination with your spiritual reality, the purple's the color of spirit, and the green is the color of your heart chakra. So it's so important that you're gentle with yourself. There's a theme of blue through all these readings today, all the piles, but all 3 of your cards, that you're taking off into something new. And it's so important that you're honest with yourself first, and then with the people in your life. You do need a change. You are ready to walk forward into a new version of your life. In order to do that, you need to remove this cape. You need to lift up your arms and hands and release it from your back and let it fall to the floor. Because what's happening for you is that your inability to speak your truth has been really holding you back. You have seen the power of your negative thinking. People might even call you Negative Nelly. They may get on your case because you're too hard on yourself. You're so hard on yourself. And in truth, there's always been kind of an addiction to complaining, isn't there, pile 3? Because you know what? Some bad stuff has really happened to you. You've had people that have cheated on you, and you've always wanted to be honest, and you are honest to other people. It's just that you haven't really faced your own judgment, your self-judgment and your self-criticism. The angels are here. The energy is so strong in October to go ahead and let this cape fall, step through that door into a brand new view of yourself. Are you still going to have difficulties? Yes. You're still going to have challenges? Yes. But you have learned from the past, and you are ready to stand up for yourself like you never had before. The most important message here is to prioritize and be careful about your battles. Who do you want to go up against? When you have people that have ideas that oppose your ideas, it doesn't seem like they all support you. That's fine. You don't need everyone to see the world like you do. You only need one person who God leads you to that can be your supporter, your fan, somebody you can talk to, okay? The blue shirt and with the figure facing forward. Remember, pile 3, it doesn't matter what the gender is on these cards because it's just about the energy. But look how different this is from this 7, showing a transition that's happening, but there's fear and running. And this figure, this 7 that grasps the power, holds on to that impassioned desire to make something happen. Stand up and stand up for yourself. This is a powerful card for the month of October. The world will feel different. You're going to feel like you are a fish out of water. I'm glad you found us. But as that fish out of water feeling becomes more real for you, you'll embrace it. You're going to meet brand new people. You're going to feel an empowerment with your gifts, and it's your time. Now, advice, if your skill set needs some brushing up, if there's something you're good at, but you know you'd be better taking a workshop, and also on YouTube, you can learn how to do anything. So type into the YouTube search window, I want to increase my typing speed, right? I want to be a better marketer. I want to learn how to read tarot cards more efficiently. Whatever it is that you want to learn, there's a YouTube for it. Arm yourself with an education. Don't argue with everyone, and don't argue with yourself. Be ready to walk out of your comfort zone, willing to speak your truth, whether people like it or not. And you'll find that you're not going to get trapped into a group of the wrong people anymore, because when you look in the mirror, you are seeing someone you can trust. So piece of advice is look yourself in the eye, in the mirror, and say out loud, even though in the past I've been deceived, right now I trust the divine to guide me to the right people. Even though I have misjudged people in the past, and it's been hard for me to speak my truth, I am going to depend on the divine to equip me to speak my truth with love. All right, pile 3, juicy energy. Go into the month. Don't be intimidated. Look yourself in the mirror and tell yourself the truth. Stop complaining. You can go to the description box. There's a tool called the Complaint Cure. I call it the Worry Cure, but it will help you to just stop that habit. You don't need to be talking about things that don't work. Let's talk about potential, okay? Go forth and prosper, my dear friends, pile 3, and I sure look forward to meeting up with you guys on the next reading. We'll see you for our next live call, which will be on tomorrow morning. See you then. Bye.